All rise, Tech Court is now in session. Today we're going to be determining which is better, Razer or Logitech. The loser company will immediately be completely dissolved and disbarred from existing on this planet. And to decide, we have two certified experts.
It's us, the experts.
Welcome to Tech Court. Meet Ken, a corporate lawyer and professional money waster. Ken claims he's an expert in gaming technology and all things G, but will it be enough? Enter Rick Razorhead, a loyal Razer customer for years who has volunteered to defend his beloved company against Logitech's blatant lies and hopes to earn a hefty compensation, paid entirely in Razer Gold.
To begin, I will be accepting opening statements on behalf of Razer and Logitech. Ken, go first. Tell me why Logitech deserves to win this trial.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, our esteemed viewers all
I'm the
over
only
the
jury.
internet.
Actually, it's just me. It's just me.
You're
No one else
judge.
gets to decide. Yeah, it's just me. I get to decide. I got the gavel, so whatever I say goes. Continue.
Pretty sure that's a dictatorship, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not court. That's
Look
just,
at my hair. What is it? Does it not give you dictator vibes?
that gives me some.
Nope. Don't finish that sentence.
Logitech has been making accessories for decades at this point, and they're even used today on some really interesting excursions down the depths of certain places. That's how good Logitech is. They are a trusted brand. Peripherals for gaming, peripherals for professional use. You got all kinds of stuff. And that is why they're gonna win. They're tried and true and trusted. What else is there, Matt?
Your Honor, I'm just a simple country lawyer named Rick Razorhead. I just know that Razer is made for gamers by gamers. And I want to get the products from the people who are made by the people who want to get the products from.
Objection.
No, you get to object. No, I get to object. You. Oh wait, no, you can object. It's fine. But I don't have to allow your
You
objection.
can't object during an opening statement.
That's a good point, actually. The court accepts both opening arguments. Now, gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand. I don't know. And do you swear to tell the whole truth, the mostly partial truth, and nothing but truth? You have to say yes, otherwise we don't get to continue. So you have to tell the
Oh, I sure will.
Yes, you wanna.
truth. Stop
Well, now
with the
you're.
voices!
Why are you going to be the Southern lawyer now?
Gentlemen, can you please give me Exhibit A?
The box fell apart.
Wow, we're gonna demerit that for a insufficient box.
Box fell apart on me.
Mr. Razorhead, would you like to go first?
Exhibit A, may I bring your attention to the Razer Death Adder version 3. So this is a wired mouse with a lovely braided cable. It is only 59 grams. It's practically floating away, all right?
Objection. Speculation.
Sustained.
Speculation.
Let him
That's
continue.
not speculation. That's on the damn box.
Objection. You're full of bullshit.
That may be true, but it has a 30,000 DPI. That is over 30,000 times more than something with only 1 DPI. Okay? It has a flex speed. Look how much speed this flexibleness has to it. What more could you possibly want for in a $70 package? This was so good that they named not once, not twice, but thrice.
Strong words from the Razer side. I will accept that entire argument in its entirety without any questions. Ken, would you like to defend your Logitech mouse?
Do I have to?
You do, actually. I will hold you in contempt of court.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, this is the Logitech G Pro gaming mouse, which is the same price as this guy over here.
But how do I know which one to get? Is it Logitech G? Is that the name of the company or the name of the mouse?
Silence.
Let me talk.
Silence.
Let me talk.
With drill.
Here's the thing. I know it's good on the box because they do the one thing that Logitech products allow you to do. Keep playing, which is the thing that you're doing right now. Here's the mouse. Bare bones, basic, but it's got more lighting than yours. I got a center one, look at that. Though I think this is for DPI. But no, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What?
Who wants to be fixing their DPI from the top of it? I would have accidentally hit that. No, my client has very conveniently hit their DPI button on the bottom.
You want me to lift my 85-gram mouse? No, this is convenient, ladies and gentlemen.
85 grams? Am I a weightlifter? No. I want one that's so smooth that it's gonna slide across the desk like that. I have one more question for the
I'll
witness.
allow it, but this is the last one before we move on.
It says it's for esports, but it only has 25,600 DPI, where my client has 30,000.
Some would argue there that if that made all the difference in the world, then I think it's a skill issue.
Gentlemen, it is time to bring forth the keyboards you have brought into this fair court to determine which one is truly the superior option. Ken, you may begin.
So this is a Logitech G413. And much like my friend over here, these keyboards are the same type of switch. They're the same price-ish, in the same ballpark at least. And they're roughly similar feature sets, except this one, Your Honor, is built way better than his. And I can prove it to you by typing on both of them.
He may have some fancy moves over there about
Certainly
build,
not a fancy box.
about build quality, and let's go ahead and put that where it's good. But mine here, once again, is the Black Widow V3.
Sorry, once again? How was once again?
Because they said, I want the Black Widow, and then they did a Black Widow V2. And then, henceforth, again, indubitably, said, let's make a V3. Because it's so good, I don't know much about keyboards.
Your Honor, you're on thin ice. You're on thin ice.
I do know that my keyboard has one thing that your keyboard does not. And that is full RGB, which makes this a really good board.
So yes, I might not have RGB on my Logitech board, but that's okay. What really matters is the typing test, because you're going to be typing on this thing. That's the most important part.
I will say these sound very similar from where I'm standing over here. Can you provide any evidence that the sound of a keyboard impacts its actual performance in any meaningful way?
If you start hearing while you're typing, you can use that as referential data for you.
Referential?
Referential data for you to change how you type or whatever.
Mr. Razorberry, Mr. Razorberry, please, would you like to rebut?
Raisin
Raisin King?
Raisin bran?
Raisin bran.
Fiber?
Crunch. My opponent claims that the sound of a keyboard matters. But if you're an elite gamer, and we all know that gamers don't compromise, then why are you listening to a keyboard anyway? You should be listening to the footsteps behind you, or the epic kills you're getting.
Objection, that's coming later.
Oh, let's hold. But I had said I'm just a simple lawyer. I'm not an expert on keyboards. But that is why I brought in a surprise witness.
A witness? You're on thin ice, counsel.
May I bring to the stand Sweet 67? The producer for this is, who types at a whopping 1,400 words per minute.
Wow, that's fast.
14.
All right, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
1,400 words.
He said it. He already
Kinsey
swore it's
just
true.
goes, and she has wrote out 14 novels this afternoon. Please,
Impressive.
take a little typey-wipey and let us know which one.
Now, this is the upside down technique. Most people don't know about it, but you can get even more speed.
Literally just wrote Shakespeare.
No, actually, hold.
What?
Hold. Let me do some adjudication.
Sure.
So, I'll accept that you have brought in an expert witness to the court. We will
Surprise
allow.
expert witness.
You're supposed to file that paperwork 2 weeks in advance.
I did. Just my opponent did not look at it.
However, I will say that the court will be accepting this with a grain of salt, given that this is a potentially biased, tampered witness who has other more nefarious
How dare
claims.
you?
You'll need more salt, because that's definitely what he is. I'll tell you that.
How dare you accuse me of tampering with a witness? I really wish I had brought smaller bills today.
Wow!
Hold on.
I will have order in this court. That will be
I do have
stricken.
smaller bills.
We need to check the. We need to check the legitimacy.
The shenanigans in my court will not be tolerated. Counsel, if you try that one more time, I will have you forcibly tossed into the river. All right.
I'll give you $20 to let me keep doing this.
Unacceptable.
I mean, we got.
In your expert opinion,
I am calling the bailiff to throw you in the river if you open your word mouth one more time.
Word mouth?
I will throw the gavel at you if you open your mouth one more time.
I think this one feels nice.
let the record show.
Objection.
My
bias.
surprise witness, who is in no way, shape, or form tampered with.
It feels like $20.
Unfortunately, that's a $100 keyboard, but
Oh, I mean, like, it feels like $20 more.
All right, I will have order. It is time to move on from this incredibly dubious segment of shenanigans and incorrect information. Then we move on to our next head-to-head comparison with Exhibit C.
I get my money back.
This court is now back in session. Let us continue with Exhibit C. Please bring forth your exhibits for the court.
So, here we have the Razer Black Shark V2.
V2, I thought all of your products were V3s. Is this not good enough to be a V3?
Not quite yet, but we're getting there. They have great passive audio isolation. I'm not 100% sure the volume of my voice, but also what people are saying to me. And I'm not even plugged into anything. So, just to circle back around a little bit, my client was worried about the volume of the clicky of my keyboard. I can't hear anything with those. So, I'm feeling pretty good. These have advanced passive noise cancellation. Am I talking loud?
No, you're fine, Chad.
Great.
I urge counsel to please plead the fifth. Plead it. Just stop talking, please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, Logitech is not about the crazy frills or showing off, looking like the crazy aesthetic. It's all about the simplicity. This is the Logitech G332, which, mind you, not a good name. These feel heavy, which might sound like a ding, but they feel substantial. They don't feel like, oh,
Objection, Your Honor.
that passive
Sustained,
isolation.
sustained.
What's
is
wrong with
so
being heavy?
Counsel,
good.
counsel,
Holy.
that may be true, but let him finish.
Yes, I did finish.
I'm confused and would like to change the subject of conversation immediately.
Like we want Matt to do, this has a really clever function. If you are talking with your friends on Discord, not that you know what that's like because you don't have any, you can
Objection,
flip.
Your Honor.
Sustained, it's true.
Wow.
High five. You can flip the mic up to mute.
May I make an observation? Oh yes, I can, because I'm the judge, I can do whatever I want. So from this distance, having not touched your headsets, I will say that while the Logitech does have a very nice red and black color scheme,
You
which is
can't
very
even say the name.
Order, you will not interrupt the judge. I will throw you into the other river if you continue to talk.
I'm not content of court. You're content of court.
I am about to give you a piece of compliment. I'm going to give you one piece of compliment.
I'll take
One piece is pretty good.
The Black Shark, though, looks significantly more plush, more pleasant. I like the cable. May I ask, defendants, / counsel, / whatever you are today, how much are these headsets? Because I will say that I'm very interested in that Razer. Very interested.
I redacted mine, so I don't really know. They're both a mere $5
Oh, really?
times 12, so $60.
Get this off of wish.com?
No, his is redacted. He doesn't know.
I agree.
I have the information right here.
Okay, could you please share with the court?
The Razer Black Shark V2 is $80,
That sounds correct, but
Wow.
and the Logitech is $60.
That looks-
in lieu of this hearing, we are willing to drop the price to $60 to compete with our competitor.
got a
In
code?
fact, we're gonna do $59.96.
We can only judge based on the evidence that has been brought forth to the court. And clearly, the Razer is significantly more expensive. All right, please present to the court your arguments for these handheld gaming consoles, which are definitely not as good as a Steam Deck.
Your Honor, this device looks really cool. I've only used it
Objection.
for all of.
What world? What world can you say that looks cool?
Counsel, can you please introduce the products that you are already squabbling in my courtroom about?
This is the Logitech G Cloud, and it looks amazing. Look at this color scheme. Look at how thin it is. It feels nice. It's relatively nice to hold, and most importantly, it costs $350, which, as my opponent will tell you, is cheaper than his. And I think for cloud gaming, which is very stupid, you want to probably spend as little money as possible.
And can I just confirm that that is this price of a Steam Deck, or a Switch OLED, or 2 Switch Lights almost?
Yes, actually, and imagine what you'll think when you find out how much that one is. The Razer one.
Your Honor, may I introduce the Razer's Edge, which is the catchiest name of them all. Because once again, if I go and ask for the Logitech G, am I asking for a mouse, or am I asking for a cloud gaming device?
It's the G Cloud.
This costs a mere $400, the cost of 2 Switch Lights, but guess what? It's got the power to go with that. It has a built-in storage of 128 gigabytes and micro SD expansion.
As does the Switch.
Well, but the Switch doesn't have a 2400 by 1080 resolution screen running at 144 hertz. If the Switch or this G Cloud tried to run at 144 hertz, you know what it would do? Nothing, because it can't do it.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
And it weighs almost nothing.
Oh, whoa, Counsel, what did you just do there? Did you just break your item?
Like the Autobots of old, I transformed and rolled out. Now, if I don't want to use my awesome gaming tablet, I could throw that away. And it comes with just great fidget toy. But the best part about this is, in fact, the controller, which can be hooked up to any USB-C cell phone. Can yours do that?
Quite the compelling
No need
argument.
to do that.
Would you like to cross-examine the defendant and explain why your Logitech makes any sense at all?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Logitech G Cloud has a long lineage, a pedigree of products that have come before it.
How many gigs of RAM does your device have?
Enough.
It has 4. And how much storage does it have?
Enough.
It has 64. And how many Snapdragons does it have in there?
8.
It has 0. Because it has just generic letters and numbers.
What is it running?
6 A55 cores.
Ah, that's not good. May I ask, you present the option of a 5G, and I'll allow it, but how much does said 5G option cost for that particular Razer device?
I'd ask Console to rephrase the question.
Can I rephrase it anyway there?
Yeah,
Answer the man.
$400 for the Wi-Fi model. How much does the 5G model cost?
Objection, Your Honor. You're leading the witness.
I'm asking a simple question, and I will be answered.
Well, here's the thing. With a current data plan on Verizon Wireless,
Jesus Christ.
customers can receive the Razer Edge 5G for $0 down and a mere $14.99 a month.
On a 2-year contract? What's the MSRP if I were to say pay cash for that particular option?
Well, Your Honor, I would say that we, as Verizon Unlimited LLC,
Answer the man.
we have
Answer the man.
done a lot of market research.
No. Answer the man.
And we have
Is it
determined
$500?
that
Is it $600?
customers
Is it $700?
are really appreciative of the price point of
$800?
free.
$799?
I'm
then
going to make
pay-
a rare exception here. Ken, you actually may use your device to look up the price of his, and I will accept whatever you're about to tell me because I am getting no information.
It is $600.
United States Freedom Units?
United States Freedom Units, sir.
Your Honor, I
Which
would
is
like
almost double.
objection, Your Honor. I would like the.
You know what? I
you
will
only pay
admit.
$600 if you are to purchase it.
Order. I've heard enough. I was very close to giving a clean victory on this particular head-to-head to Matt and Razer, but the egregiousness of trying to objection.
I have one more surprise witness. I called to the stand the judge.
You can do that?
Yeah. Here's the paperwork right here.
I'll allow it out of pure curiosity.
May I enter into evidence Exhibit 1.
Okay, yes, my Motorola Razer.
Exhibit 0.5, actually.
Your Motorola what?
Razer Plus.
Your Motorola Razer.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Your
he's
Honor,
doing the thing. He's doing the thing.
speculation.
There's no E in this Razer, which means that it's a completely different company. And the fact that you are trying to pin me on morals and trying to besmirch my name by dragging it through the mud and assuming that I have been paid off by Big Razer. Libelous activities. Sir, I'm gonna have this stricken from the record and we're gonna continue on. How dare you?
It's worth a shot.
Your Honor.
How dare you? We are now going to proceed to the closing arguments. This is the most important part of any trial. Counsel, I will say you're both on thin ice at this point.
Logitech has had a wonderful history of stuff, and their current slate of products are wonderful, solid, reliable, great feature set. Are they gonna give you all of the same features and whatnot as the Razer? Is the Razer gonna be shiny? Is it gonna be colorful? Yes, but they appeal to the people that want shiny things. Idiots.
The Razer product, while maybe not the best at some, is not the worst at others. And all around, I think give you a better ecosystem. A place where all of your peripherals can get together. They can be one under the chroma harmony. Whereas here, who knows how many apps, how many softwares, how many dongles you need to use Logitech.
G-Spot's the pay plate.
The point is, when I got my Razers, I had one software.
It was quite aggressively installing itself, I will add.
But that's because it wants to be your friend so aggressively. I come back to my opening statement of Razers for gamers by gamers.
So, I have heard both of your arguments. Good arguments, bad arguments, unhinged arguments, really stupid arguments, really questionable. Objection!
Your Honor,
I have the
Case in
stand.
point.
What?
So we're gonna begin with the mouse. And I will say that on this particular instance, I am very much going to rule in favor of Razer. The Razer mouse looks better, is significantly cooler, and most importantly, I liked your argument. For the keyboard, I will say that again, I was very inclined to accept the wisdom of the Razer. It looked better, and it seemed like a much better device until the shenanigans of the witness were involved. The witness that you did not, I have checked, filed the proper paperwork for, which means
Your
that you've
Honor,
been
if you look here,
Objection!
the paperwork is right here.
The paperwork was not filed into the correct subsection. I will give the keyboard point to Logitech. All right, that moves us on to the headset. Now, the headset, I will say, was the most clear-cut of them all, and I will admit that the price has very much flummoxed me here. I've been told many different things over the course of these proceedings, but I must give the point here to Razer. I will say that the headset looks significantly better, although I will hold you both in contempt of court for not mentioning the most important thing about your headsets, the audio quality. Not at one point did you tell me how they connect to their devices, what they sound like, what the drivers
Your
are.
Honor, we're gonna blame the court on that one.
I knew we forgot something on that one.
Which brings us to Exhibit D, the handheld. This is an area where I found it very difficult to judge because both of them are very stupid. In a world with the Switch, phone, or Steam Deck, neither of these devices make any damn sense. You're trying to tell me?
As much as he even likes
Look,
cloud
look,
gaming.
I love cloud gaming so much. And these are the dumbest goddamn devices ever. If you want to get people into cloud gaming, you need a sub $200 device, and even that's too high.
Objection, he's gonna rant forever. I agree with him.
I was tempted to say that the G Cloud was dumb, because it is quite dumb. And the $350 price tag, even though it is typically on sale, is egregious and terrible. Then I heard about the Razer. And I will admit, I have some experience using the Razer. I was very excited for it when I first got my hands on it. And then immediately was disappointed because the battery life is terrible and it really is no better than a phone. And the worst thing is, it's so expensive. $400 for Wi-Fi, $600 for 5G. I want to give you neither of you points for this one, but I can't believe I'm about to say this. For this exhibit, I am going to give the win to Logitech. I think the G Cloud actually is very slightly better, especially because it is typically a little bit cheaper. That, my friends, if you're keeping score at home, is 2 points for Logitech and 2 points for Razer, meaning that it really does come down quite dramatically to the closing arguments. Now, this is a point where I will admit both of you failed. Neither of you gave me any reason to understand why I should choose Logitech over Razer. You're out here.
Several.
You talked about Chroma, which is probably the worst reason why I would want to get Razer, because it is essentially malware that constantly tries to prompt you to do it as soon as I plug a keyboard in to any computer ever. Mind you, you didn't even argue anything. You just said Logitech. It exists, I guess, and that was
Logitech
pretty
is
much it.
logical, don't you know?
That's not an argument.
It is.
I am just
They thought
disappointed.
it was.
So I'm going to say that as much as this goes against my better judgment, I am going to give the victory in this episode of Tech Court to no one. Both of you fail. Both of you need to go back to the Shadow Realm. And thank you very much for watching Tech Court Episode 1. Subscribe and ring the ding-a-ling button if you found this insightful, entertaining, and delightful. And until next time, I am going to go and puff my wig up a little bit. The first one of you who rubs my head gets the win.
What?